Welcome back to 1.2 Brain Cells Podcast. Hola, hola.
Yay! Money.
Yes, welcome back to this week's episode. How are you, my sweet dearie?
I'm good. I'll chill here. You?
Chillin', chillin'. Haven't talked to you in a week. I don't like it, but it is what it is. What's it
I see
called?
that bit's never gonna die.
No, never. It don't matter. Even if because normally I'll have Noelle follow it, like she'll play along with it nicely. I will still continue it without her. What's it called? Do you have and did you have any random thoughts for the week?
I did. And little backstory. I started watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Right? You know what that is?
Oh,
It's a high
okay.
school girl that literally
Yeah.
goes kicks ass, fight vampires, things like that. Right? I'll
Mhm.
repeat the fact. She is a high schooler,
Okay.
and so I'm thinking clearly, she must have told her parents because you're in high school. Where else are you going to learn how to fight and shoulder this big ass burden? And then it's unclear if her parents know in the first or second. I don't remember because it just started. But in one episode, her mom was like, "Oh, like in the last school, we had to move because you were like making such trouble, and now we're here. Now we want you to have a good start." And I'm like, "Oh, so they do know, right? They saw how hard it was for her in that school." And they're like, "What? Why are you always causing so much trouble?" And I was like, back up." And then Buffy's like, "You just don't know what I have to go through." And I'm like, I know this little girl isn't a vampire slayer without her parents knowing about it at least. Because I'm like, girl, you could die any goddamn night and your parents don't know? Putting that to the side, where the fuck you get your training from? Who taught you how to fight? Like, you don't just pick this up. And I'm like, I hate that like subplot, like whenever it's like a high school like superhero of sorts or a fighter or something, like their teenage high school years, and their
Yeah.
parents do not know, right? I'm like, that's so ridiculous. You're a child. And they're like, oh, we can't tell our parents, like they'll never understand. And I'm like, baby, they'll be the first ones to understand unless you have some shit ass parents. Like they might try to dissuade you from risking your life. Of course they would. But at the end of the day, if they're like, I gotta do this, they'll be like, okay, how do we do this without you dying? Right? Like that has always been my idea. Like even when I was a kid, I'm like, it don't make no sense. Like Kim Possible did it
I
right.
was
Okay?
I was about to mention that.
Like she's out there, like regardless of the fact that she's always like being televised, her parents know what's up. And they're like, okay, be safe, be careful, let us know what you need. And like another one was like Raven Simone. She's psychic. Her parents know. Her whole family knows, and they like try to help cover up for her, or like try to like even though they can't relate, they try to help guide her as best they can.
Yeah.
And but, like, oh, I don't know if you've seen this one, baby, but like H2O, this like show where
Oh
they turn into
yeah,
mermaids.
I remember that
They
show.
don't
I didn't
tell
watch
this
the
fucking
original series.
family. You grow a tail just taking a shower. You don't think you could tell your parents this? It was so stupid and it pissed me off.
What's it called? That's I find it so funny. Because I feel like that was the main like plot line or kind of like type of story that was always
Hmm.
on sitcom for the 2000s and 90s, especially for like kids or young
I want to
adults.
say the later years actually, because the early ones, like you have the Jackie Chan one where like the kid is there. You have to the Toy Spies. The parents know. I don't think you ever see the parents.
For which one?
Totally Spies.
I don't think
You
you ever see
never
the
see the
parents.
parents. I'm gonna assume they
Um,
know. They don't
Codename
say they
Kids Next
don't
Door.
know.
There were a bunch of orphans, weren't they?
No, I think that's just like a fan created plot line.
No, but did you
Another
ever
one,
see the parents?
you just don't see the parents. That one, parents are evil.
Um,
Parents trying to like make you grow up and like lose your imagination and shit. So that one I can't understand. But like in Witch, I don't know if you ever saw the one where it's like the five girls with like powers and shit.
okay.
one of them tells her grandma, and the other one doesn't tell their parents, and their parents is like, "What are you always up to?" Don't worry about it, bitch. Tell your
I
fucking
feel
mother.
like for
Tell your
us, it's
fucking
very.
mother.
I was gonna say, I feel like for us, it's very unrelatable because my mom growing up was up my ass all day, every day.
Mhm.
So there was no way,
Mhm.
even if I wanted to keep it from her, that it wasn't
Word.
gonna.
Word.
So like, whenever I used to see these shows and stuff, I'd be like, okay, I guess, like, go off, king or queen,
Mhm.
like, but your parents are just not paying attention.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you could
Cause
probably make the argument that like, oh, if the plot is that the parents do know like what kind of parent kind of supports your kid fighting crime and shit,
yeah,
better than the negligent parent that isn't picking up the child's risk in their life every single day. I would say.
true. But yeah, yeah, no, I've never seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel because I'm trying to think. I also don't know kids shows nowadays. There's one that the kid that I babysit likes to watch. That is again like a sister and a brother, and they
Uh huh.
have superpowers and blah blah blah. The only plot line that I'm like I don't understand it is that the parents are idiots, right?
Hmm?
And like, huh?
You said the parents are infants,
Idiots. Like they're dumb.
idiots. Oh,
Yeah, they're
like
like
in
dumb
Fairly Odd
dumb.
Parents.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Okay.
they're
Okay.
like they're just real dumb, and I'm like I'm not saying that parent like I mean I don't think parents are dumb, especially when you're a
Mhm.
kid. Um,
Mhm.
as you grow up, maybe again not dumb. I just feel like maybe they'll have certain beliefs that don't necessarily line up with yours. But I stuff like that. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like
Mhm.
now we're gonna say that this kid knows, and again, why are we trying to promote that oh, as a kid they know
Dead
better?
ass.
I'm like,
They don't.
especially kids, especially preteens. But
Which
yeah,
is again, it annoyed me back then, and it annoyed me now. I'm like, why would you not? You're not doing
yeah,
anything bad.
as a kid, it just didn't seem realistic to me because again, I'm
Yeah.
like, my mama will never allow that. Like,
Mhm. Mhm.
if I'm not telling her what's good, then that's that. But that's interesting. What made you want to start Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
I've seen so many edits of it on TikTok of both like how badass Buffy is and like also like all the different love triangles that are going on. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? Maybe I will give it a chance. I
Nice.
will say it's one of those where it's like they obviously because it's like an older show, so instead of CGI, it's just all prosthetics and things.
Yeah.
You like it really makes you realize like how much effort they put into makeup back then.
Mm-hmm.
Because like obviously quality wise, I can see it's a prosthetic, but like for its time, I'm like this is actually pretty like creepy and
Good for
scary
the
looking
time.
the makeup you did on this person, right?
Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
that's it.
cool.
It's just for funsies. I have it because the episodes are long. I'm not gonna lie to you. And there's like a lot of it, a lot of seasons, so I have it on for a lot of background.
How long are the episodes?
They're like 40 minutes.
Oh shit! I thought it was like a regular 30-minute sitcom, which ends up being like
I
20
thought so
minutes.
too. No, ma'am.
Damn, no wonder it was so up and popping.
Yeah. Which is crazy to think like that's after that they were 40-minute long. Obviously with
Yeah,
commercial things you have the whole hour.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Back
I
when
was gonna say,
Taxi TV was good, bro. You know?
kind of piggybacking off old people shit. That you're talking about. My random thought the other day,
Mhm.
I saw a TikTok, where it was I think Kiki Palmer was interviewing Demi Lovato, where they were talking about like them being so young and dating older, like what the fuck was going on there, like
Oh, I think I saw this clip. Like Raven was like, "What was I doing with like a college guy or something?" And then
Demi was like, "Why the fuck was my boyfriend 30?" Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Okay, okay. So it's on the same clip. Got it.
yeah.
That
And
shit was
so I
spooky.
saw that, which
Mhm.
again, one of Demi's songs is 29, where one of her
Yes.
famous lyrics is finally 29. I would never like 17 would never cross my mind. I love that lyric so much because that is so fucking true. And again, I completely agree that
Mhm.
dating someone so much older at such a young age, or
Yeah.
even with huge ass age gap, just doesn't, it's only harming the one other person. More like, there's a bit of a power dynamic that isn't healthy there, and I
Okay.
completely agree. Right, huge
Yeah.
age gaps, no me gusta, especially at a young. No, no, no. I
Wait,
have
pause.
come to
Does
determine.
that also apply to like fully grown people, like a 30-year-old with a
Um,
50-year-old?
no, I feel like past
Okay.
once you're like, I think 30 is a good number. You put that correctly. Like 30 and plus. If you out here
Okay.
with an old person, um, I do think some things have to be taken case by case. But at the same time, if you're at 30
Okay.
and you don't know about life enough, what are you doing? What have you done in your 20s, right? Um, Now, that all being said, I have come to the realization that I think my personality and with my upbringing,
Yeah.
I really cannot date someone younger. I barely like dating someone my age, And again, I'm not talking like out here. Let me go with my 50-year-old. No, 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 no. But the age group that I'm like, there's something about y'all. There's a little that I don't know what it is. You that I just like it just clicks. Is I think the generation of right before us, which are either millennials, yeah,
Okay.
millennials. We'll say
Okay.
millennials, the older side millennials,
Okay.
where again, at minimum, I would like someone that's at least 3 to 7 years older than me, and I like it
Okay.
because I have tried, and I'll talk, like, let's say, I start talking to someone, whatever, and like they're either a year younger, and I really feel like a year younger or two should not make that much of a difference.
Uh huh.
Um, and it do, man, it do.
Word.
Like I feel like I'm like it's just it is.
You know what? You know what? You ain't wrong. Because there's this one guy that I met. He's 28, and well, like the conversation's fine and shit. That's not the problem. The problem is he be throwing slang out there. That I'm like, homie, what the fuck you just say? And I mind you, again, he's literally 1 year younger.
Yeah, yeah.
But like he just be like throwing internet slang around, and I'm like, don't remind me of my age. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, and again, I genuinely think that a big setting of it is the fact that I grew up with older cousins. All in all, I've been surrounded by older people, which, while though I have my moments of immaturity, I find myself clicking a
Moments.
lot more. Yeah, hey, relájate. Okay, what's it called? But all in all, I can't, fam. I can't, because even when, like, for example, I have some friends in the dance community that are maybe slightly younger.
Okay.
Uh let's say they range from ages 21 to 25. They're acquaintances, I think would be the best way to describe.
Okay.
And I do enjoy talking to them and everything, and it's cool and it's fun and it's dandy. But I do feel like the elder sometimes helping them through life stuff, right? And I don't mind that. I don't mind that dynamic at all. But it does very much feel like that. So, versus sometimes when I'm talking with the slightly older crowd,
Mhm.
while of course there's certain things that I can't relate, like, when they're talking about like the
You will never know
children.
what the Great Depression was like.
Exactly. Motherfucker. What's it called? With shit like that. All in all, I can, like, it's fine. And they're like, oh shit, like, how old are you? And I'd be like, oh, I'm 29. They're like, shit, you really are a baby. They're like, you look like a baby, but you don't talk like a baby. And I'm like, and so yeah, no, I again, not crazy age gaps. I'm not out here like all my younger friends,
Yeah.
like girlfriends. I will always tell them, listen, like, yeah, I mean, if you want to someone date older, but do not go that crazy. We ain't doing that. These men, no, absolutely not. We're not doing that. Um, but at the same time, I'm sitting here like I really can't. Like one age gap of someone I was talking to was only a few years, and
Okay.
it felt quite different.
Like he was younger.
Yeah, he was younger, only by a few years, and by a
Okay.
few years, I just mean like I think it was like two or something. And I again also I also feel like there's people that have different levels of maturity, because for example when we chat with Noelle and stuff, again I don't know
Yeah.
if maybe because I'm always spending time with her and I grew up with her, I don't feel like there's a huge ass gap, right? Like only sometimes am I like, oh shoot, right, Noelle's like 4 years younger than me, but all in all I would say, oh, like, you know, she
Yeah. Yeah.
has a
I'll
good
agree.
head on her shoulders, yeah, versus other people that I, again 2 years younger. Technically, this person's older than Noel, and I was sitting here like,
Yeah. No,
I'm
that's exactly
crazy.
why. While I do prefer my age or slightly older, I'm not gonna like it's being younger is not a deal breaker for me. I am gonna be more hesitant. And again, see like the actual head they have on their shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Because same thing, sometimes like it's just evident that they're younger than me, and I'm like, hmm, no me gusta per se. But then sometimes, like you said, like Noel, you can't even tell that they're younger at all.
Yeah, yeah. And so I'm sitting here like, what am I supposed to not what am I supposed to do? I don't want to fully disregard, but at the same time, sometimes I'm like, yeah, fam, I don't know. I don't it's not for me. I've tried it and not my cup of tea.
That's fair. That's fair. Again, you tried it. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, that was it, you know. Sadly for any listeners that are like, damn, I might have a chance with Nati because papitos, I don't
Unless you a phenomenal dancer and lead
yeah,
with that. You lead with that. Don't even mention the age until she asks you.
fact. Lead with that, get me flowers,
Mhm.
and we're happy.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
Again,
that's
don't
all.
even bring up age until she like if she's not even asking you about it, it's because you're in and she's sold. If at one point though she asks you, wait a minute, how old is you? It's because you said something, and so
Yeah.
backtrack.
Yeah. Also, funny enough, last little comment on that is that in there's a song by Wisin y Yandel, I think it is, that is called
Okay.
Mayor que Yo, right? And it's them singing to an older lady being like, "Oh, I don't care que you're older than me. I want you," type shit, right?
Okay.
Um the fact that we have now entered, or you're getting there, so it's not that far, but we are now entering the age where instead of us singing it, right, because I've always been like, oh yeah, no me importa que sea mayor que yo, especially me like in the morning. Now that they're getting
I'm
dedicated, no me gusta, no me gusta. I'm like,
sorry, has someone actually dedicated that song to you?
yeah, I mean the first time that I someone like told me like, oh, like that's yours, or like, like they were like hee about it, was when I went to Punta Cana, and I think I mentioned that these youngins were
Oh
wilding out,
yeah,
like
yeah.
they were trying to talk to me. The song, again, we're at a resort, so like the song came on, and one of them's like, oh, esta te la dedico, baby, and I was like, ah! I'm like, where's your mother? I'm like, what is
That's
this?
funny as hell, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm glad you find humor in the fact that these children. I was like, sir, no.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are still plenty of people you could dedicate that song to, but now I guess you won't have some people that dedicate it to you, which is
I,
interesting.
yes, no, absolutely. I can still dedicate it, but having it dedicated to,
Yeah, that's for
crazy
sure.
work, crazy
They'd be
work.
like, "Who? I think you said it to the wrong person." They'd be like, "No, aren't you
That,
Natalie?"
yeah, no,
Be
they're
like,
gonna
"Yes, I
double down.
am."
They're gonna be like, yeah, mi viejita.
Yeah, they'd
I'm
be
gonna
like,
be
"No,
like,
it's not for you," and you'd be like, "No, I think you got the wrong Natalie because I'm only you 29 now." I'd be like, "Yeah,
um,
exactly."
yeah, no, me gusta. I'm
Block,
like, stop
instant
it right
block.
now. Instant block. You said.
Hmm.
What would you do if a guy, if whoever you're talking to were like, hey, baby, me gusta que seas mayor que yo, you know?
I'd be like, how much, mayor?
I'm telling you, these little 20-year-olds are crazy, bro. I'm like, eh,
I just got
that's
it instead of like
I
20, like
know.
straight up
I'm like,
just
you're
20.
retarded.
You can't even drink homes. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
I'm like,
don't. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
yeah, no. Baby, legit baby. I could babysit you. I could have babysat you at one point. Like, no. No me gusta.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
speaking of age and things,
Sure.
um, in this day, because we grown, right? As we like to say, and also not say.
Hmm.
Do you
Hmm.
think? I have
Yeah.
two scenarios for you, which I'm curious to find out. Do you think we're gonna
Okay.
go with the first? We're gonna go with the scenario first with your current age. Well, both of them, they're gonna be your age.
Okay.
Do you think current day with your current like your current standings, your current finances, your holdings, whatever you have, your assets, whatever it is,
Yeah.
could you and would you move country? Like goodbye, goodbye to your life here. Ain't no coming back. You moving.
Me right now, right here?
Yes, with
No.
the money you have, whatever you have saved right now, or maybe like potentially like with the current things you have, like you can even find a job over there in your new country, right?
Okay.
Like there is no
I
rush to, but with again, let's in the scenario where America is how it is right now, kind of fucked
hmm
up, not happy. So let's just say you randomly get the thought, hey, you know what? I'm fucking done with this orange ran country. I'm
yeah,
out. So you're like
right.
you
I'm tired
go
of this right
on the online and you get a new job. I don't know, Belgium, cool. Pay you well enough. You can go be on your own. Would you?
I would.
Yes, you would
I
leave the country,
would.
not come back.
I mean, I'd eventually come back. Or not come back to live here, but
Not
I
to
would come
live,
back.
not to live. Like you could definitely visit, but once you make the choice to move, you ain't moving back here. In this scenario,
Am,
you cannot for whatever fucking reason, because Trump gonna be
am
like,
I
you are now an immigrant. Your brown ass staying over there. You cannot come back.
um question. You
Yes.
said can I take my parentals or no?
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay. And you would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Are you coming with me though? Hold on.
No, baby. It's just you. You can take your parents because who else they got? But it's just you and you start new life over there. But you have the financial means to.
But
Mhm.
baby,
Mhm.
like
Like
yes.
again, we're not being, this is not excommunicado. We have the
No, I
WhatsApp and
know.
everything, and we
I
have the
know. I
calls, and we
know.
can definitely book the flights to go. We see each other, no problem. But my
I know.
life
I
will
know.
be in America, and your life will be in Belgium.
I mean, like, would I? Yes. But
Hmm
it's see, okay. Oh man, you know me with
It'd
my
be it'd
little
be
heart.
learning, it'd be learning the new language, assimilating to the new
Right, right. No,
cultures, the
I
different
understand all that.
foods,
My,
all
my
this.
where my mind is at is, for
Yes,
example, okay, my friends. That's
yes,
basically like my family now, and that I don't like that the fact of leaving them, and then also my dance stuff, right? But then in the
okay.
same breath, I'm like, dance exists elsewhere. Like it's not like
hmm
there's no dancing nowhere else.
Exactly.
So like I would do it
Okay.
for the most part,
Uh huh.
yeah. But I'm it's gonna be hard. Like it's not gonna be an easy move.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna be a little
But you
heartbroken.
think you think you could, and you think you'd be able to go through all the motions and set yourself up, and you think you'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I have enough tenacity to do that.
I think you do.
Okay. Would you?
Um. Yeah, assuming I'm financially secured in whatever country I'm moving to.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be basically like a one-to-one comparison of how I support myself here and I support myself there.
Yeah.
Again, those are paid,
Hmm.
food is covered, and I can splurge every now and then. Then yeah,
Hmm.
I think I would. I think the biggest hurdle would be having to start a new language. But like you said, I not as tenacious as you, but I am at least confident in myself enough to
No,
be able to. I if I need to, I will. You know?
I think so too. I think you do. I do think you have what it takes to go and survive elsewhere,
Hmm.
um, and live well.
Hmm.
Um,
And again, this is all with the mind that in this scenario we have jobs lined up, so we don't have that to worry about.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
and then again, it's also we just have us. Well, you have your parents in this mind, which are equal to kids, but you can also just leave them at home, so you don't got to do your care right now.
right, right, right.
So it would, it wouldn't be like the most bodying thing to do to have to pick up and move.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you. For a long time, as in my early 20s,
Hmm.
early to mid, right?
Hmm.
I that was something that I always thought about, like that it would have been,
Really?
yeah, that I mean, we used to joke around about it, but it was something that I'm
Hmm.
like, damn, I would love to be able, like, to just go and up and go. And
Hmm.
I mean, I could have done it, but for me, it's always been I don't want to do that because, for example, if I were to up and go, my parents can't up and go, and I I wouldn't want to leave them. Like that's
Okay.
something that has always been uh like a no. If I'm gonna go somewhere, it has to be with them. Um,
Okay.
because yeah, no, they are older, and while yes, there's certain things they depend on
Right. You
me.
can't just leave them.
Yeah, yeah, but like even back then, where they were still, at a much better place. Yeah, it's always just been us three, so I can't see myself it not being at least us three while it's still the three of us, right?
Hmm.
Um, which is interesting, because for example, like that, in the last 2 years, right now that my parents are entering a much older age, um while I know that, god forbid, but once they're not here, I will be okay, like I'll be fine. It's gonna be an adjustment because while I do live my life for myself, a good chunk of it rotate like is around them, and so that's going to be an adjusting too, and I'm scared of that, because there's some things that come with it where it's like, okay, now I can, like, for example, if I wanted to up and go, I would be able to do so. I'm able to like live life a little differently where I'm not always with them, but again, because I know how I flow, everything, like a lot of the things that I do are flowing in rhythm to them. Ooh, girl, it's gonna hurt because, like, yeah, oh yeah,
Mm.
like I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna be mentally ready. Like, it's gonna be. It's she gonna be depressing. Like, and it's, oh yeah, no, no, no. Like, and as time is continuing to pass, and the
Hmm.
more I'm seeing it, the more I'm understanding the age that my parents are, the
Mm. Of
scarier it's getting. Like, it's
course.
like I am not ready for those emotions, bruh. Not at all. But we gonna do it. We gonna do it. Should we have to? We will. But no me
Okay.
gusta.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And now I would like to pose you a second scenario, right? And now this is more challenging. Now in this scenario, same stands for some reason you feel the real need that you just need to get out of this country in this moment,
yeah,
but you do not have the financial means, right? Let's say you sell everything and anything you got, you barely have enough for that plane ticket,
yeah. Like our parents.
right? Yes, exactly how the scenario came to mind, like our parents did. You gotta move country. You have to. We're not even gonna consider visas at the moment or any of
Yeah,
that
it's
legality
like we
issues.
have to get the
But
fuck out and go.
yes, exactly. It's you don't have the financial means, or once you get there, let's say at most you have probably a relative that you can bum on the couch for a bit, or maybe a spare room that they'll keep you and your parents with. And then, yeah, in this scenario, you specifically you'll have your parents, like our parents
Yeah,
had. Well, my mom had the kids that she traveled with.
yeah.
Could you? And then would you?
If I'm put in the situation where I have to, yes,
For the sake of
because
not that your life so much is at risk here, but like more so where you see if you stay, your quality of life is not as great as you would have in, let's say in
Elsewhere.
this scenario. Yeah, let's say in this scenario Europe, because we're comfortable with that
Yeah.
in America. So let's
Yeah.
switch it up to Europe.
Yeah. Um,
Again, you don't know
I
the language, you don't know where you'll get a job from, you probably have
yeah,
some
yeah.
leads at most,
Legit,
but
legit the
nothing's
same.
guaranteed.
Yeah, legit the
Like
same
your parents
situation
did.
that yeah, like our parents did. Um, could I? Yes, because I again, like I said, I do think that when push comes to shove, I will be able to respond how I should in order for survival.
Mhm.
Um, but I do think that knowing me, I have to be put in a situation where I feel like I have no other choice. Not necessarily life or death, but just simply
Right.
like we have reached a point that this is now really my only option.
Okay.
Um yeah, it would have to be something like that for me to come to that decision. Um yeah. Yeah, cuz it's like and but I also feel for
Mhm.
example that when our parents did it, right? Or at least I can speak with my parents. They were doing it because they were like, I want a better future, and there is no
Yeah.
way of me getting it here, so I'm going to
Yeah.
go elsewhere.
Yeah,
Um,
no, mine's also had that logic.
yeah. So then with me, again, it has to be that situation.
Yeah.
Um, in order for me to go ahead and make that move because for the time being and I can try and well, again we don't really know what's going not that we don't know what's going on but we don't know what can happen in the next few years, right? We are at or we are reaching a point like that. But at least I know that for the next year or two, like job wise I'm okay, like I'm not in any risk that I have to make that decision now, but
Yeah.
I am aware that we could reach a point much sooner than we would
Word.
want to
Word.
to make a decision like that. And then
Word. I know we throw that joke around quite often nowadays in the chat with how things are going in this country.
right, it's a joke because we're like trying to make light of it, but in
Yeah.
reality like it is becoming granted I'm not saying that what our parents went through in their countries is anything remotely close to what we are going through here because
Of
again
course.
I do think it's different levels and different things, but at least for the way of living that we see yeah, no, I feel like I would make that choice, but I think it's the same way that like as time is passing, less and less am I becoming or like am I uh warming up to the idea of having children. And it's not because I don't want them. I would love to have children. But if let's
Mhm.
say we take out the fact that okay, the majority of the men that I'm meeting are not people that I would want to raise a child with, if we take that aspect out, just the way the world is right now, I think Noelle said it beautifully in one of the last episodes we had. I like it's more of a gift. Like you're doing more better than harm by not having kids because
Yeah.
that is yeah, like bringing a child, at least my personal opinion, right? Because there's people that want to have kids and still want to and that's fine because at the end of the day, the same way that our parents were going through everything that was going on in the world and they still decided to bring us in and to have us
Mhm.
and the world may always be going to shit, but at the end of the day if you want to have a kid you can raise them well. I just personally wouldn't want to expose a child.
Yeah. I mean, I will always stand by the notion that a child is not something you do for yourself. It is, if you're gonna have a child, it's because you can do something for a child. Either whether that be adoption or you have the means to make a kid happy, and so you really want to have that, then go ahead.
Yeah. Well,
But a child should not be to fulfill something for you.
yes. No, I agree. I agree. I will say though, anyone that chooses to have children, even at the point when we decide to have children, let's say if we take out, not that we wouldn't adopt, but I'm just saying like in the aspect of having our own, there is, even if there is a not as much, there there's no way that there isn't a bit of selfishness in that, right? Because at the end of the day, the not the only person benefiting, but the ultimate benefit from, or like the one that's getting that gratification of having their child, is the parent.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
For
so there is
sure.
a level of selfishness, but if it's
No,
simply,
yeah, I'll agree.
yeah,
Yeah, but like you're saying, if you think about the reason, and the only reason is like, oh, because I want to feel something in me. Oh, because I have a duty to my family. Oh, because my religion calls for me to have kids. Oh, because procreation or whatever. If any of those are just like without a doubt inherently 1,000% selfish reasons, which they are, then no, I don't think you should be having a fucking kid. But if reasons like, oh, I have the space, I have the money, and I have the love that I know I can provide for a child.
yeah,
And while yes, there's still obviously because you at the end of it, it's because it's you want it, right? Right. But if that
yeah,
is like what I can give to a child, then I think that's good logic and great reasoning too. And the
yeah,
only reason you should for a freaking kid.
yeah. No, I agree. But yeah,
But back
no,
from the main point, that was a big
yeah,
tangent.
yeah. I was gonna say the same
Um,
thing.
yeah. Okay.
Um,
So you would and you could.
yeah, I feel like,
Hmm.
again, maybe I'm overestimating my abilities. But I think
I think it's
that
fair to say in the if you have to, you will, and
yes,
you'll
yes,
make do because you have done that in
I'll
the past.
right, and I think that, again, giving credit to my parents, they have raised me in a way that when shit's hitting the fan, you figure it out, right? And I know
Hmm.
that comes from seeing how they have done so. So therefore, I do feel that I am under the obligation that, uh again, it's survival at that point. So it's like, I'm gonna do it. Like there's no other option but to do it, right?
Hmm.
That's how I see it. It's interesting that you brought, or you chose this topic, and I think I was mentioning that earlier when we were discussing prior to starting the episode. That because over the weekend I had my aunt and my cousin over, and we were talking
Yes.
many different things. So the synchronicity of the fact that, this topic lined up with it, it was interesting because I actually ended up getting emotional. I was also kind of drunk, but I ended up getting emotional because they were we were discussing how and the age of which my dad came here to the States, right?
Hmm.
But even tracing it back to when he first left his hometown, right? He left his hometown to go to the capital back in DR when he was like 13, 14, because they were sending him to boarding school, but it was a school away. And then from there, after graduating at the age of 17, he realized, okay, I'm gonna work, I'm gonna do what I have to do. Like, he went back to his hometown, but then he moved to the capital permanently, to try and make a better living so that he can, provide money for his siblings and his mom, because
Hmm.
they had been, my grandfather had passed away at the age of my dad being 17. So he had to become, being the eldest man, the
Yes.
the father figure. And then, in seeing that it wasn't really going as he thought, he then decided to come to the States at 22, you know? And
Damn.
to think of that, I know, and to think of that and hearing his story, and, while I will always make the jokes and, like, oh, my dad, he's the person that he is, and we have our conflicts that we do, it always, like, there it always hits a little point in me that I'm like, holy hell, like, I try to understand him more, because I'm like, you've been through so much that I can't even fathom, like, me thinking of me, 22-year-old in college, having to do what he did. I'm not saying that I don't think I'd be
Word.
able
When you
to,
put it
but
into that perspective, Jesus.
yeah, like, I'm sitting here like, what the heck? Like, homeboy, even my mom, like, I think my mom came at the age of 25, 24,
Okay.
right? For her, it was a little different because her family was already here, so she was coming into living with her family. The majority of them were there. Like I think she was one of the last few that left Peru to come here with her other
Mm-hmm.
siblings. Um, so for her it was a lot different than my dad, but still, like it's crazy to me. Like 22 years old, like you are a child and you had to come and figure it out.
Yeah.
Granted though, Benito had a lot of fun. Like he went to college. He was coming in the age where it was like the 60s and 70s, so he was definitely a pothead, I'm pretty sure. Like he was like yeah, Benito has a funny story. Like his isn't as like there is obviously tragic moments, but it
Okay.
was a lot more chill than other stories of other, immigrants that have come and people of like, that just they needed to make a better living. Like my godfather, he came and he was like, I need to make a better living for my wife and my daughter, and he worked hard and he worked so many jobs and he would do so much. Then he joined the military. Like again, very inspiring stories and all that. But yeah, I'm like, that's freaking crazy. Because again, if I have to, I will. But I'm thinking about that as a 29-year-old, 22-year-old me,
Oh,
us
oh,
putting
well,
pizza on my
I'm like
arms.
overwhelmed at the thought of it now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I couldn't. I don't know what the fuck I was doing at
I could
22.
tell you what we were doing at 22, bitch. We were at the club and we came back drunk as fuck. And so then your mom, oh no, 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 we were younger at that
Was
point. We
that
were
the Pizza
21.
Arms?
The pizza arms,
Was
pizza
that actually
arms,
22?
bro.
Where I just drape peeks over my arm like a fucking towel?
We were probably 21 because we were old enough to be at the club, but we hadn't graduated yet. So we were 21, 22. We were around there.
Word, word. You see,
You're
bro,
senior year.
we were struggling up one flight of stairs and trying not to drop our pizza.
Well, I do know my dad had, well, hey, listen, my dad in his drunken, well, no, no, my sister was a lot older. But I'm not saying that they haven't had their moments like that, but they were in a new country trying to figure
Mm-hmm,
that out
mm-hmm. No, that's what I'm saying. Like they figured that out, and we barely figured out how to go upstairs
with pizza.
for pizza. I fucking burned my arm. I had grease dripping all over me. Goddamn.
She was bomb
Did
though.
it though. We did it though. Did not drop the pizza, and it did. It shit. That shit hit.
Yeah,
Why I
yeah.
couldn't just hold them both with the one hand, I don't know. Why did I drape them over my arm like a towel?
Well,
I don't
because
know.
then they would have no, because if you would have held it down, your cheese would have fallen. That's why we put it on our arm.
But they were still draped over. The cheese was still falling.
Our cheese didn't fall though. The grease was
No, but
falling.
what I'm
But you
saying,
just
like they were still just dangling. Right? It's not like I was holding it flat in my hand. They were draped over my arm, so the cheese was still able to fall.
chaos. All I'm hearing is chaos. My father, your
Like
mother, and
the
I.
logic was, oh, I can't hold it by the crust because facts, the cheese would fall. And then I do that exact position just across my arm, and I thought that was a great solution. And you just
All
copied me like the two peas in a pod
monkey
are.
see, monkey do.
Dead ass though.
And then the funny enough part, compared to our parents that were out here in a new country, didn't know the language, so much more oppressed, and living paycheck to paycheck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, if I, again, much like you, if I had to, if it was, I'm like, this country is just not gonna do it for me and I need to go find better, I would if I had to and I felt like I was, push came to shove, and yeah, okay, I would, but god damn, I really hope I don't, because I don't know, again, my mother, don't know how the fuck, again, she had,
Poor
so the
kid.
sperm donor was already in America waiting for us, allegedly working, but he's a bummer.
Mhm.
But yeah, my mom still had a. My mom was in charge of selling every last bit of furniture we had and anything that she could to get money for the plane tickets. And then with four fucking kids, ages, how old were we? 8 to like 3. Yeah, ages 8 to 3. All of us on a fucking plane. She did all that. She did all that. Went from all the way to Argentina, all the way to New York.
That's
Shit was crazy.
crazy. That is insane
That.
to me because like I get stressed out at the idea of a single child. Four,
hmm
and
She
then
did that whole
again,
track all her own.
dude, like, and even when you put it in perspective, like when we take into consideration how much more advanced technology is for us, where again, should
hmm
we decide to, it is so much more easier for us to go ahead,
Yeah.
sell shit,
But
buy
no, she had to
tickets, all
carry
that.
all of her paperwork, all of her plane tickets, nothing but a little
Absolutely.
backpack. Can you imagine that, baby? You're moving, you're leaving your life, and all you have is a backpack on you.
Yeah. I all my shoes. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um,
God, you're funny.
I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
when I just picture that, like my lonesome mama with her with the were four of us little shits. I remember one time she was telling the story of she had to go through, I think it was immigration. This was before 9/11, so it was still like light security, but you still had to fill out the form.
Yeah.
And she remembered she was in this long ass line, like I think it was taking forever. And so she was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna step aside to fill out the form and then go and land in line to hand in the form, something like that." And
Yeah.
then in the middle of like trying to get it translated and fill it out, and then also like wrangle all four of us, by the time she was done, she turned around, everyone was just gone. Like it was just her. There was no line.
Oh shit.
Can you imagine like just how like how taxing it was to do all that?
I can't like. And again, she's just trying to do this because it's for the better for all of y'all.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Bro,
And again,
again,
poor
if I
kids.
need to, I'm gonna channel my inner Gladys, and I will. But
Yeah.
like, I'm just
Shit.
thankful I'm not in that predicament where A, I have to, and B, I have a whole family to do take with me too.
Yeah.
Me and my
Yeah.
lonesome will do.
Facts. Cause like I think about oh shit like oh shoot, I would have to do that with my parentals and that's a
Yeah,
little stressful. But like even then,
agreed.
having to wrangle in two older folks compared to children,
Oh God, oh God, the stress I have just from thinking about it.
like lordy, I give them so many props.
Mhm.
Yeah. But damn.
Moments like that, I understand the phrase of just like another mouth to feed. Cause oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause just the thought, like again, just the thought of another child, like, cause I
Uh-huh.
think about it like, okay, could I do this? Like, let's say, cause I like to think if I'm gonna do something like this and I'm able to go and do it with someone, like, let's say me and you decide, okay, let's go and do it.
Okay.
Or even, and yeah, any one of my friends that would be able to do the same thing, there,
Mhm.
it does give me a slight peace of mind because I'm like, okay, we got this. We're gonna figure it out together.
Mhm.
Um, and same, even with my parents, I can't deny and say, oh no, they wouldn't. They would provide some form of help. Another adult in the situation would definitely help. But the idea of children is insane to me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So if I'm putting myself in that scenario, I'm just gonna do one. We're not gonna do four. If I'm in the scenario where I have to with the one kid and it's just me and my lonesome, I think I'm crying the whole way, but I'll do it.
I'm crying the whole way, she said.
Because again, I'm stressed. I was stressed in the scenario where it was just me and I had no kid. Now you're adding a kid, and listen, there are some days where I'm babysitting Lucas. It is just an afternoon, and I'm so overwhelmed. I do just want to cry.
Yeah.
Now add traveling and the need of the stress of quality of life to it. Now I'm
Yeah.
crying. I'm crying. I will be crying on the way to the plane. On the plane, I'll probably cry in my goddamn sleep on the plane.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a movie
I'll
that
be
I've been
dreaming
watching.
about crying.
You said you'll be dreaming about crying.
Yeah, them tears are not ending even my dreams.
I was gonna say one movie that I've been dying to see. It's called, I think, Under Bajo la Misma Luna, like
Oh
under the.
God.
I have not seen it, but I've
You
heard
haven't
good
seen
things.
it? Oh, you're
No,
gonna cry on that one. You will cry in that one.
yeah, because
Oh
it's
yeah, no,
like,
that's a good movie to think of. Yeah.
yeah, because I've heard so much about it, right, and everything, and I just, oh man, like it's just so hard. But see, okay, no, you know what? No, 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 I'm not gonna go that route. We're not gonna go that route.
You got loud. What happened?
No, I was gonna say, and this is exactly the reason why all this stupid political shit going on pisses me the fuck off. Because how are we not thinking about all these people? Because we're only talking about our personal, like our parents, people that we know,
Hmm.
but the amount of countless, endless story of immigrants that is, and it's not just Latino community, all the different immigrants that are coming and everything that they've had
Mm.
to do
Yes.
to get
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, 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 yes. But it is, yeah, Jesus, jeez Louise. So yeah, no, I agree though. Like if I have to, I will. Um I do think it'll be a lot easier if I, do it on my own some and not have to do it with a child, like a dependent, at such a young age. Because yeah, no, that'd be stressful. Because I would be stressed, not necessarily like, besides the fact of also how am I gonna feed homeboy or homegirl, but also like the psychological trauma or things that
Yeah.
my poor baby is now going through.
Yeah.
Because
They
again,
don't. If it helps, I don't remember anything from my childhood years, so
well, there you go.
I
But
don't know.
still,
That's good. I don't know that's bad, but I don't remember it. So
no, I don't think it's like that bad. But like, I'm just saying, like, it's still stressful though. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's probably so stressful they just forget it. I forgot it.
your mind block that shit, bro.
Yeah, exactly. We don't remember that.
That's funny.
I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, and see, this is the shit where it pissed me off. That you have the fucking MAGA bitches be like, oh, like don't come here and shit, or like they just want to come and steal our jobs and shit. It's
Yeah,
like, bitch, do you think they want to leave their home and family for a job?
yeah,
Like, what do you think they're Like, do you think they have nothing better at like to keep them at home? No. From
yeah,
every single story I've ever heard, it's always for like a something life changing that they're hoping for by coming to another country. It's not for a means of, oh, I'm not having any luck here, so I'll try my luck elsewhere. It's never
yeah,
that simple. It's not a flippant thought. It's not like
yeah,
oh, it's fun in America, so let's have some of that fun. No, it's because it's seriously like they think they're just so bad or they will never be good in where they're from that
yeah,
like I need a chance of some kind of good that let's pack up everything or sell everything even and go here where we have a chance.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's really just so
But just survival.
draining. The lack of compassion that so many people in this godforsaken country have. And it's so exhausting. And I'm like, can you guys just like not rationalize with the selfish brain and just like just put yourself in your motherfucking shoes? Can you do that? Can you do what these people are going? I need to breathe before I.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's frustrating. It really is frustrating because um, it zero thought into what another person is going through, right? Because again,
Hmm.
we ourselves have not gone through it. Obviously having someone close to us that has gone does impact, but still we have not gone through it and still we're able to understand what it means. And then there's people
Hmm.
that just close their mind completely to understanding that. And then there's people that literally have family members and they themselves have gone through shit and then they still are not supporting those that are also going through it. That's another crazy part. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You
Hmm.
left it. But anywho's no, I was gonna
Yeah, those
ask you.
people that like I forget what there's an expression. I think like they made it through the door and then they try to close the door on their way on their way out or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the phrase for it either.
Right, but yeah, like those. That you know that's you're going to a special place in hell.
Yeah, yeah. It's the lack of empathy. I
Mm-hmm.
apologize for the yawn. Yeah, no, it's the lack of empathy. Because what are we
Mm-hmm.
doing? What are we doing here? No, I was gonna say, interestingly enough, um,
Yes.
if you were okay, let's say it's me and you, okay, right? To make it, because
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you, the idea of getting to go somewhere else with another, like, let's say you, Noel, Dom, any of my friends,
Okay.
that like knowing that I will be able to rely on you like that, or
Mm-hmm.
each other rely on each other like that. Where will we go, baby? Where are we choosing?
I'm gonna. My Scotland is my first thought. I'm not gonna lie to you. They speak they speak the same language, or at least they speak one of their language. We all speak English,
Yeah, yeah,
English.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Europe is nice. I don't know what the entry forms are like, or the visa requirements, or what the process is for at least naturalization or residency.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
again, I at least know the language to understand the forms, or go to
Right.
like some embassy or office to ask.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, I agree. I also would probably do
And the people are
this.
nice.
Yeah, I
They're
would also.
solid.
Yeah, yeah, I would also do there.
Did you the fuck?
What? What?
Did you just send me something on Instagram?
No, no, I did not. Why would I do such a thing? Absolutely not. What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willie? No.
Girl! I'm sorry, was this conversation boring
No,
you?
don't
You
do
said
that. Don't.
multiple! You said
No, I said
multiple!
one.
So you
I
did
sent
send
a,
something. You did send something.
I sent a single one. And the only reason was because what's it called? I got the notification. I was like, wait, what is this? And then I saw it and it was short and I was like, hee. And then I sent it. My brain can multitask. Okay. I was listening to everything that was going on because I was giving you responses that made sense, didn't
That's
it? It was
crazy.
2 seconds.
That's crazy.
2 seconds. You couldn't have just let that pass, huh? No, you just had to call it out.
No, because we're on this topic, and I'm like, I did not just see what I think I saw. And then to deny it. But anyways, I think Scotland. I think Scotland would be a safe bet. I love the accent. Ireland. Oh my god, no, baby.
Ireland. I was gonna say, you know where I would
That
love, so
accent is
Ireland.
finer than. Oh my god, I love that accent.
I'm down for Ireland, Scotland. I like them. And from what they're also, from my understanding and what I've seen, very nice and welcoming people.
Yes.
Right. Which
I don't
again, no
want
matter
the
where you
English.
go,
I don't want the English. I'm not gonna lie to you.
no. The only other place that I could, or the only other two places I could see it happening, one would be Portugal. I can see Portugal. I don't know Portuguese, but Spanish and Portuguese are similar enough, and I think it'll be easy to learn, compared to other languages. And then
Okay.
one other place that I don't mind the idea is Spain. But see, in my
Oh
head,
no.
you know why I think Spain? I don't like the accent, right? I don't like the
I'm
accent
about to say I can't be with that 24/7. Ooh.
However, the idea
Ale.
of what's it called? Not conquering, that's not the word. Colonizing that. I like it. I like it. But then see, here's my only other idea, right? Because I also think of the idea of, if I'm gonna go to another country, I will most
Yeah.
likely, if I choose to um be with someone and get married with them there, I have to think of the fact what I want to be with someone that's from like their area, right? Like their
Right.
locals. Um I can A Spaniard in me? No, thank you. No, gracias.
Mm-mm.
We are not doing that. We're no, 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 no. Because in my head, even though like my little bad brain is like, oh, he, I'm putting our bloodline into this. I'm like, not me putting that
This
bloodline
girl.
in mine. I'm like,
This
so no.
girl. Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's a Uno reverse on that.
Yeah.
And if not, you know I have a love for Amsterdam. You know, I think that's a beautiful city. The country is great. The people are nice.
I would
So
go to
it's either
Croatia, but
Ireland, Scotland, or
there's no
Amsterdam.
reason.
I have not been to Croatia to form a judgment on it. I can only speak from the countries that I've been to,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
those are my
No, that's
top
what I'm
three.
saying. Like I from where I've been, I loved Croatia so much.
Okay.
But there's a lot the only reason why I feel like it would not go how I would want it to go is
Uh-huh.
they are predominantly white, like roughly so. So there's bound to be a lot of racism that I would face. And I'm like, I'm not going, granted, anywhere you go, there's most likely racism, but I'm not trying to go from one racist country to another. Like that don't make no sense.
Fair.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The thing that slightly brown to black people ever.
Repeat
But
that.
yeah, that their people do not ever really see brown people to,
Oh.
yeah, like again, there's tourism, which is different, but like
Right,
in
right,
other
right.
like more
Yeah, you gotta
smaller
think of
towns,
everyday life.
yeah, like especially smaller towns, or like if you're just living there in general, yeah, no, I don't think they would. My brown ass, no,
Interesting.
no, 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 no.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Versus again, Ireland, Scotland, they have enough migration or immigration from other countries that they're pretty diverse for the most
Or
part.
I'm about to look it up what it takes to live there. Question, babies. Now
Just
that we've got the the main hypothetical of different countries and shit, would you then live in Peru
no.
if we open it up to that? You would not.
I would
You know what?
not, because I see the political state that it is in, and I
Word,
see the economic state that is in.
word.
Um, and unless I like, for me to go and work there, no.
Yeah.
For me, if
Right.
I, let's say for whatever reason I'm able to leave here and work from here, maybe.
Okay.
But no, I really don't see myself going back to like going back. I never left there though. But like. Yeah, I'm not the one that immigrated. But like I do not see myself going to Peru or DR like that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it would yeah, no. No, 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 no. And then
Okay.
yeah, no. No.
I think not. If it's a means of had to leave America, then yeah, I would come live in Argentina because
Your mom was
I
there.
already huh? My mom was here exactly. I have like at least I have my document set up to be able to live here. You know, especially
Yeah.
since I was born here. Let's not forget I am an immigrant.
Yeah.
It always cracks me up. The whitest looking one in the group is the actual immigrant in the three of us.
Yeah.
Actually, in the whole friend group.
No, isn't Noah paler than you?
Uh,
Pippi? No.
Actually, I think so. Yeah, but she has like ethnic features.
Yeah,
Looking
yeah.
over this, I think I look
Yeah.
whiter than the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But like even
Yeah.
I think not just the three of us. I'm pretty sure in the whole friend group I'm the only immigrant. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, mine is Minsu.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. There we go. And he stayed in his country longer than I did. But right. So if it was a means of had to like ASAP leave America and move somewhere else, then for sure I would just come to Argentina. If it's a means of choosing and I had a second to set myself up somewhere, maybe I'll consider the country. Um, It'd be weird telling my mom I'm not gonna live in your country, so I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, that's fair and understandable.
But she also knows the like you said the economy and the political power struggles here
Climate,
is
all
just
that.
not exactly all that is not like in Argentina. It's constantly fluctuating and going up and down the economy itself, and we all know Milei is no bueno. The government has been no bueno in like fucking forever.
Right,
So she
right.
also wouldn't be that surprised if I'm like I'm gonna dip to another country. No offense.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, that's why I personally like, because even like if I were to go ahead and think of another Latin American country, I don't know, or base again, I'm basing off news and whatever. The majority are not in
Mm-hmm.
the best state, and even
Mm.
um the ones that are at a better state, I I would genuinely feel that I'm going from mm, somewhat normal conditions here to not as great, when again, if I'm choosing to move somewhere, is because supposedly it's moving for the better. Okay. What was it
Yeah,
gonna?
I also couldn't name. I mean, same with you. I only know what's in the news, so I don't actually know too much about the other Latin American countries. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Europe has nothing but. I only hear good things about Europe.
No, and I'm sure. I mean, again, every country is gonna have its setbacks, right?
For
But
sure, they're not perfect.
especially under the understanding that where we're leaving is has gone so to almost shit that we have
Yeah.
no choice but to leave. Then
Yes.
yeah. Wait, would we not consider Canada? I would not
Oh,
there.
you're right there.
It's cold though. I don't like that. I mean, so is other parts of Europe, but like at least you have
That's
the
true.
chance of warm the weather.
I don't mind the cold.
I do. Not like I can't have
Me
a
either.
place that's more cold than warm. I either need the good
Mm.
middle that is us or
Hmm.
slightly warmer. But like also no me tires al Caribe because then I'm gonna be chicharron all the time.
Okay then.
But yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
best
we'll wrap
topic.
it up there.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so. We got our point across. Um
yeah. Curly has been influenced by the latest.
happenings of the world.
Yeah, yeah, the world, specifically America, and how it's going.
Yeah, yeah. But
But fingers crossed for better days and
yeah,
different presidents.
you never know. Listen, if the podcast, maybe y'all, excuse me, we'll have a streaming from different countries, and y'all wouldn't even. Well, no, y'all would know if we decide to be like, hey, listen, we gotta move. But
Yeah. If anyone wants to host us when we make that move, let us know. Specifically, if you in Ireland, Scotland, or Amsterdam.
yeah, yeah, don't be a creep. I will fight you,
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
but we'll make you some tasty food. I have come to
Yeah.
learn that if I put my head to it, I be cooking real good.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. I'll dance a nice little dancey dance for you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You do the cooking, I do the dancing. We good, baby. We good. And cleaning. We do the cleaning together.
It's a dinner and a show.
Yeah. And it's clean. It's
Exactly.
gonna
PG-13.
Oh no, I don't mean clean in PG-13. I mean like
No,
we're
I
going
know. I was making a
oh
pun.
oh okay, okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe I mean no, actually no. If it's our host, we
Nope.
can't be getting
No,
messy
I
like
do
that. We can't
know.
get messy. No,
Yeah.
that's what I said. We can't get messy. Yeah, I corrected. I thought about it. Right, right, all right. Um
Right.
any whoosies. So let us know in the comments. Would you, if you had parents that had to come and start over, would you do so like them? And then, given your current status, would you go and move? And where? Where would you go? I hope
Do
you
you
guys
think you'll
enjoyed.
handle it?
Yeah. How would you handle that? Um, if you like this episode, or want to check out others, we drop an episode every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, on any streaming platform that you think we're on there. We probably are. Please check us out on TikTok and on Instagram, which is at 1.2 brain cells underscore official. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, do the whole thing. Send us a message on there, or if you have our number privately, you can message us, and maybe you'll be a guest as long as myself, Vane, and Noel agree. Then you're more than welcome. Um, that being said, toodle doodle,
Probably.
hugs and kisses.
Not for me.
Bye.